Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and highest honors to Yahweh, which is the name of the Heavenly Father in Paleo Ancient Hebrew, to Yahweh Shai, the one you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, his name in Paleo Ancient Hebrew. Double honors to the Apostle Elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to you few brothers that preach, teach, and prophesy His word, truth, and sincerity as we put our lives on the line in these last days to bring you this raw and this uncut truth. All right, to you few brothers and sisters who may see this, Shalom, it's the brother Ariaga from the Grand Rapids, Michigan camp, here with another nifty lesson. Let's get into it. This food, or these things that they are calling food, is just getting worse and worse by the second. And, this is why fasting and praying is so necessary. Because you got to cleanse your body of this type of trash, man. This is why so many people are just dropping dead and they seem healthy. They look healthy on the outside, but on the inside, they have cancer cells and, all kinds of crazy things going on the inside of their body. And they'll be like, well, I eat pretty healthy and what have you. It's because the chemicals and basically the genetic makeup of these things that we consume have been altered. All right. And there's nothing wrong with eating meat. Yet if you choose not to eat meat, you do well, because as an individual that is very sensitive, my body's very responsive to the different chemicals that they put in these foods, especially these meats and these growth hormones. Yeah, that stuff, it causes a lot of inflammation and issues in my own body. Okay. So I can comprehend what's going on, especially after seeing videos like this. It just makes it that much more obvious. All right, let's get into it. Let's do this.
Here, guys, just want to bring a little awareness. I was just checking my eggs today and noticed that there are some unusual lines around the eggs. So you can see the one looks like it was glued together. So here, this is one in the bowl. It's the first one that I cracked, and this was what comes from it. As you guys can see, this is actual paper. This right here is paper coming from the shell. It's not boiled, it's just washed. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna crack this one and see how it is, if it's the same. That's the egg, right? So now we're gonna look to see how look at the lining. As you guys can see, we know that the lining of an egg should never look like this. Hope you guys can see it with the light. Good, everybody. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna look at the lining. You notice? Like this right here is actual paper. Right there. Listen to it. Actual paper. Right? Let me see what's in this one. Okay. Okay. All right, perfect. This is it. It is not boiled. It's just washed, regular. Take it from the tray. We purchased this in the store, as you can see there. And this is it. I'm stripping it. Again, it is not boiled. Stripping it. And I can tell you that this feels exactly like paper. Like paper. Here it is. Like I'm holding a piece of paper. Look. Piece of paper right here. And I'm gonna use the marker thing.
You know what's messed up? They are gonna have somebody come out and be like, "Oh, it's just because the thin membrane inside the shell of the egg is that's all. That's how you know it's organic." They're gonna say some kind of even if they address it or acknowledge it, you know what I'm saying? They'll just come up with some kind of demonic ass excuse. Or it's because of that brand of egg. It's a certain type of chicken with a crust on its head. It has the eggs it lays has a thicker membrane than most trash.
I'm gonna use the marker. You know you cannot write. See, you can mark on it like a regular paper. And this is the one that I had used before, and now you can see how it's actually dried. This is it right here. And if I roll, I can roll it in my hand. And when I roll it, take the trash out of it and roll it. It looked just like, see, that's it. This is it. I roll it. This is coming from the eggshell. See there? I roll it and this comes out just like that in my hand. This is what you call fake. Just bringing awareness to this.
Ridiculous. Some goddamn paper in the eggs. And I remember I look at a lot of these, what is it, China Insider, and these different individuals, and they go on and they talk about, you know, the things that's going on in China. I had seen a video some years back, and it was showing how China, they had these fake, these stores from China. You know, the government was selling fake, or is selling fake eggs. The egg yolks were all weird and giant, and they looked like just like that, like it had been put back together. The eggshell out there, it is just strange. Okay, strange as hell. This is Ezekiel 4:13. And Yahweh said, even thus says the children of Israel, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I drive them. And this is where we are now. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we're amongst the Gentiles, the other nations, all right? The heathen Gentiles. And, you know, this is what we are subject to, eating this type of trash on a normal basis. Now check this out, especially for all of those fans. I did a video some time ago, and it showed what, you know, the brother crushed up some Doritos and put them on underneath the microscope. Okay, and when he did, you just saw all of these terrible looking parasites. It was disgusting. Like, it was just so. This guy right here basically is showing you in his kitchen. He's going to go through the process of how they make these defiled chips.
Here's how to make Doritos from scratch exactly at home. First, we're going to genetically modify corn to be resistant to glyphosate so we can heavily spray it with a synthetic pesticide, even though it's classified as possible carcinogen and can destroy your gut microbiome. Now, to make them into Doritos, we're going to need sodium hydroxide, the same stuff that's in your drain cleaner. That's going to help loosen the holes and boost flavor. Now it's time to grind them, making our dough, our masa. And of course, we're going to add some calcium hydroxide, just like Abuelita used to make. Then we're going to flatten them and shape into triangles. Now to make our coating, maltodextrin, MSG, disodium inosinate, yellow 5, yellow 6, red 40, and sodium phosphate. That's great for the classic texture, but not so great for your kidney. Then we're going to add some cheese-derived ingredients and about 20 more ultra-processed fillers and spices. Now to fry these, they are using a blend of cheap, genetically modified seed oil. But that's not it. They add to the oil TBHQ, a petroleum-derived preservative, and dimethyl polysiloxane, essentially silicone, so it doesn't bubble too much. We're going to fry them, apply the coating, and we can't forget about a touch of silicon dioxide, because why not? Here's how to make Doritos from scratch exactly at home. First,
well, hey, there it is. So every time you jump in there, you giving your children, you know, these Doritos, these chips. This is what you're doing to yourself and to them. Some of these children, man, I mean, my children, I used to get the big variety bag, and it would have all kind of different Doritos products, Frito-Lays, and all that in there. Like, I stopped doing that. 'Cause I'm like, man, this shit is nothing but pure death. Ugh. Further add on to that defiled bread theory or prophecy, check this out.
I think I could guess how the next pandemic might start, y'all. All because of this. We are literally one mistest away from eating poison for dinner. The FDA just shut down food safety quality checks, y'all. Not paused it, not reduced it, but shut it down completely. They said they're doing this because of staff cuts. So you mean to tell me the people that make sure our food is at a good quality and it's not carrying around no diseases is gone? Just like that, gone. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. You literally need to watch what you eating at this point. Because if they're not even gonna tell us what's going on because they're gone, who's gonna tell us? You gotta tell yourself now. Make sure y'all washing y'all food, everything. This shit do not feel real. It feel like a damn movie, y'all. Am I the only one feeling like that? Am I tripping? They will not tell you if the food is gonna be recalled or anything. So that means a lot of people might be taking trips to the ER. So y'all, enjoy your next bite. But don't be surprised if your stomach start turning upside down, flipping around and doing the dirty. I need y'all to tag somebody down below who's still eating gas station sushi. They need to see this.
You eating gas station sushi, your ass deserves everything that comes with it. It's sushi, period. You eating that? I've seen a couple pictures where they show the x-ray. You sick. You just guys ate sushi, different occasions, right? Two different people. And they showed they were just terribly sick. And they showed their x-rays after eating sushi. These dudes had so many. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. So if you eating sushi and shit, especially as an Israelite, this is a man's body after eating sushi. All right. And this is someone said, that's a rare occasion. It doesn't happen like that. It's a buildup of parasites. This dude probably eating it all the time and never even knew it was building up and building up. And even if it was one time and it was one with the parasite on it, it's because it is raw. We are not supposed to be consuming any raw ass meat. Pause. Says man infested with tapeworms after eating sushi. Yeah, look at that. Whole fucking body is filled with worms. Look at that. Keep eating some gas station sushi with your clown ass if you want to. Oh my god. Ugh. Oh man. What is this video? Let's see. Gas station sushi. All right, wait, check this out real quick. Real quick.
The pictures are horrifying. Hundreds of tapeworms lodged in the muscles of a Chinese man, supposedly the result of contaminated sashimi. It's called cysticercosis. But is it possible to have this many so soon after eating sushi?
It could have given a worm in his belly, but it wouldn't have given him the disease. He's probably had this disease for some time before he ate that particular meat.
Ginza Sushi and Steakhouse was one of the first sushi places in the city. For 20 years, owner and sushi chef Sonny Garcia has been educating Clevelanders about the delicacy. And while it may be raw,
the fish needs to be frozen to kill the parasite.
7 days, according to the FDA. The sushi bar is a cooler, and 24 hours after it's thawed, it's cooked. Sanitation is key. That's why his hands are gloved.
All your knife, your cutting board, and everything that you use for the sushi, you have to be sanitized every day.
Most of the local sushi places get their fish from the same place.
Hey man, leave that fucking sushi alone. Now they have a sushi where you can eat it and it's just
comment down below if this scare you. And
where the sushi is just it's not any fish in it. They have like avocados and the rice and the seaweed wrap and different like little mangoes in it. They have different types, man. All right, but you fucking with that raw fish, man, especially some gas station sushi, you are gonna be, man, you're gonna be punished, man. Okay. FDA. And the FDA is a bunch of fucking scumbags anyway, because look at this, the Doritos and the Lay's and the Pringles and all this bullshit that they come out years ago and showed you wasn't shit, and they still on the shelves, and they've been on the shelves. FDA is all fucked up anyway. They're nothing, you know. So now that they took them off, now they can get away with a lot more, you know. All right, so now you see the FDA food safety shut down. Check this out, because and how much you want to bet? A lot of those were individuals fired, and a lot of them were a good amount of them, I bet you, were also immigrants, migrant workers, man. Okay, check this out.
I haven't seen literally anybody talking about this, so if you see this video, you need to make sure that you send it to as many people as you know, because there is now a massive nationwide recall on so many different products. So this nationwide recall is now recalling eggs, ice cream, beef jerky, ready-to-eat meals, shrimp, and it all comes from stores like Walmart, Kroger, and more. The first thing on the list is beef jerky, and this is 16,000 pounds of beef jerky. Beef jerky is sold in a bunch of different brand names, so if you want the information, if you want to make sure you don't have it, you can pause and read this. There's also 1.7 million brown eggs that are being recalled from Walmart, Ralph's, Safeway, and more, and they come in a bunch of different brand names as well if you want to pause and read this. These eggs are being recalled for salmonella, and here's all the information if you want to pause and read. There's also a nationwide recall on a popular flavor of Breyer's ice cream. Then here's the lot numbers and the flavor of that one if you want to pause and read to make sure you don't have. There's also a nationwide recall due to a listeria outbreak for ready-to-eat meals that were sold at Walmart and Kroger. Here's the list of all of those meals if you want to make sure you don't have them. Last on the list, there's nearly 50,000 pounds of shrimp that's being recalled. And this is all the information on the shrimp if you want to make sure you don't have this. I give you these news roundups every day, so make sure you add me so you can come back to
you eating shrimp and shit, you eating the cockroach of the sea. There's not much we can do for you, partner. Yeah, 2025 as well. If you are still rushing to eat, you know, this fast food, McDonald's, Wendy's, Taco Bell, hey man, it ain't no saving your ass, because there's no justifying consuming, especially when you got a choice. There's no justifying that type of shit, dog. You still consuming that, and they be feeding it to their little children. You know why they're bad as hell? Because it's a chemical imbalance in their brain due to heavily to the things that they're consuming. Same thing with men, women. All right, I mean, it's ridiculous. Now look at this.
I work at Wendy's, and the chili meat is just old hamburger meat that got dried out and was sitting out for hours. Fazoli's sells Cheesecake Factory cheesecakes, half price. Former Gigi's Cupcake manager here. They are, in fact, Pillsbury cupcakes. My NDA is now expired. Outback microwaves their lobster. The chicken nuggets at McDonald's are fluorescent purple frozen. I used to work for an ad agency that did work for Subway, and they could not legally say their food was fresh, because it isn't. So really, the tagline, eat fresh, is just a suggestion. Wendy's Never Frozen Meat is frozen. Don't order anything with orange juice from Jamba. Just don't do it. Mold, bye. Edible Arrangements dips old fruit in chocolate so you're not wasting inventory. Gas station chicken. If raw chicken went bad in the cooler and it turned green, then we would wash it in vinegar before we fried it for you. I used to work at Church's Chicken. The chicken is carefully cooked fresh every day, and the biscuit batter is made daily. Everything is frozen, obviously, but still better than most places. Olive Garden. I know an owner. His words to me were, I would never feed my family food from Olive Garden. I said, but you own it. He replied, I would never. He was the prep lead for Chicken Salad Chick, and we never threw away food. They made us change the dates. I will never eat there again. I got a DM requesting that her name be crossed out. She says Nothing Bundt Cakes does make their cakes fresh, but they freeze them immediately after baking. Meaning that your cake was made fresh, but more than likely you're getting a cake that was made fresh 3 to 6 months ago. Unless you're getting it for an event like Thanksgiving or Mother's Day. I work at Wendy's.
Getting that 3 to 6 month old cake in this mug, man. Damn, unless it's just demonic ass Thanksgiving or Mother's Day. Damn, man. Y'all need to leave them cakes and shit alone, especially you women, man. Hard to see obesity, man. Leave them cakes and them fucking snacks, them damn pastries the fuck alone. Proverbs 23:2. And put a knife to thy throat if thou be a man given to appetite. Damn, man, I can't, man. It's been 7 hours, 5 hours, 3 hours since I last ate. Insatiable. You got to get that under control. That's those parasites in you, you know. And what they do is they release fecal matter into you. They pee and they crap, and they make and there's chemicals inside of their, you know, feces that makes you crave all of these detestable junk foods, man. And it's really because it's parasites on the stuff that you're eating, right? As you can see underneath the microscope, like the one I did with the Doritos before. And yeah, they just need some mates. They like, hey man, I need a woman, dog. Hey man, going to, you know, I know they are, you know, I believe they're asexual. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about, you know, certain types of parasites, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying, that's what they do. They cause you to eat more and more of the same trash because it feeds them. It says, Proverbs 23:3, be not desirous of his dainties, for they are deceitful meats. All of this shit is deceitful, especially they meat, man. So yeah, you can eat it, but I wouldn't, don't indulge in it, dog. Just being honest, man. We got so many alternatives now. It's not even, you know what I'm saying, a big thing no more. You got so many alternatives. Labor not to be rich, cease from thine own wisdom. It says, eat thou not the bread of him that hath an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meats. This devil, man, this whole government, all right, which is ran by these devils, has an evil eye towards you. You think that it's in their right mind to actually treat you good and give you things that's good for you? Anything, they start banning and outlawing things once they start finding out that they actually cure certain diseases and actually cleanse your body like they're supposed to. They start banning them, or they start saying, hey, we don't know anything about this herb or what have you. You know, it hasn't been proven. And even though it's been passed down and showed time and time again that these certain herbs actually cleanse you out, you know what I'm saying? That's just how they are. It's no clinical study shows that this is true. And Esau's a demon. Proverbs 23:7, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee. But his heart, which is his mind, goes back to the Hebrew word lav, which means mind. His heart is not with thee. They don't give a fuck about you. They'll tell you all of this shit just to get you to consume this trash, man. Because it's all about population control and making a buck off you while they do it. Proverbs 23:8. It says, the morsel which thou hast eaten shalt thou vomit up and lose thy sweet words. Disgusting. Check this out.
This is crazy news. Bill Gates' food coding is now approved on organic produce. Appeal, the Bill Gates-backed company, has now been officially approved for use on U.S. organic produce. Yeah, that's right. The same organic fruits and veggies you trust to be pure and chemical-free, well, they're now being treated with a chemical coating designed to make them look fresh longer. But here's where it gets shady. Regulators approved Appeal as a fungicide, not a coating, a technical loophole that slides it under organic certification rules. So while you think you're buying clean, untouched food, you're actually getting produce treated with compounds that critics warn may leave behind residues like arsenic, lead, cadmium, and palladium. Sure, they tell you it's all within FDA limits, but do you really want that on your plate? On X, backlash is exploding. People are calling it a betrayal of the organic label, slamming Bill Gates' involvement, and even reporting rubbery, weird textures on bananas and avocados. Some grocers are already banning Appeal.
But here's the bigger question nobody's asking. If the organic label can be quietly compromised, what's next? And how much of what we're eating is already part of a system we never agreed to? Because this isn't just about longer lasting fruit. It's about control over the entire food supply. This is crazy news. Bill Gates' food.
Unless you growing it yourself or going to a trusted farmer's market, shit, 99% of the shit you consume, if you get it out of a grocery store, it's a wrap, dog. Unless you growing it yourself, it's a wrap. You are falling victim to all of that. I don't give a damn if shit says organic. There was a time that when you had some organic foods, yeah, you was actually eating the real thing. Shit. They put a stop to that a while back. But, you know, now they're just basically making it known and seen. You know what I'm saying? But they've been doing that, man. You know? It's always been something, for the most part, wrong with all of this food, even this organic. They'll be like, oh, they'll try to, hey, if you want organic food, go to your local farmer's market. That's the closest you're going to get outside of growing it yourself. All right? Trader Joe's. A couple more.
They just took down my Cheerio post. I'm still going to show what I did here. My child tested positive for lead in her system, and I took a lead test, one of these little swabs, and I tested a bunch of Cheerios. And the Cheerios, as you can see, popped pink. Pink means lead detected. So I don't know why they would take that video down for misinformation when clearly I'm showing the facts right on the screen. I'm just so sick of just because we're spreading awareness and we're spreading truth, they're not going to let us talk about it. That's great. Throw out your fucking Cheerios and stop giving them to your kids because apparently they have lead in them.
Yeah.
They just took down
glyphosate. It has pesticides in them. It has all kind of shit in them, man. You know? Right. You thinking, I remember I used to feed, you know, give kids little Cheerios in a cup. Shit like that, you know, in class, in elementary school, preschool. A little punch and some Cheerios and some as a little snack. That shit is dead, man. It's dead. And just like those cats that love eating those Doritos, you got them Oreo lovers, man. My sister used to love eating cookies and cream. I used to be like, God damn. We get some ice cream and be a big tub of it, but it gotta be like one flavor. They always got one she want. Yeah, cookies and cream. Man. Eating these goddamn Oreos, man. And some demon O's, man. Check this shit out. Hell O's, boy. Check this out.
1 second. 0.5 seconds. 1 second. 3 seconds. 5 seconds. 30 seconds.
Yeah, you heating up steel. Damn. I mean, shit, if you eating Oreos, it's a wrap, dog. You can see the fucking Oreo symbol. I mean, god damn, that means there's flame retardant material in this shit. Check this out.
Details. Good morning, Devin. Hey, good morning, George. Americans ate 75 billion pounds of red meat and chicken last year, but what if some of that meat was not raised on farms, but instead of high-tech facilities? Scientists say that could be good for the environment and your health, and soon it could be on menus and store shelves. This morning, the USDA has approved cell-cultivated meat to be sold to the public for the first time.
So that's where it all starts. Just a few cells.
2 cultivated meat producers now getting the green light to begin commercially selling their chicken, not raised on a farm, but in a facility. The meat is grown using real animal cells and large bioreactors fed with nutrients. I recently got a tour of California-based Upside Foods, the nation's first and largest cultivated meat producer. You're making chicken in there.
Yeah, so if you look at this is approximately a 200 plus liter tank. And we take cells from a chicken or an egg. It takes 2 weeks to grow the equivalent of one chicken, 1,000 chickens, or 100,000 chickens.
So you're saying in this factory you can make more meat faster and cleaner than an average farmer?
Well, ultimately, yes.
The company says cell-cultivated meat could help feed the world's booming population using a fraction of the land and water of animal farming and help reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Many experts say more study is needed. I got to try this cell-cultivated chicken at the facility in California, guys. I got to say the texture was a little bit different, but it did taste like chicken. The company says they hope to get it on restaurant menus in the next few weeks, then maybe on store shelves in the next 5 years, and dozens of startup companies are getting in on the game, guys.
You mentioned the texture, so is it more like tofu?
You know, George, it was pretty close to chicken, but maybe a little rubberier. You have to give it a try for yourself. A restaurant in California is going to roll it out next month.
Would you guys try it?
I think I would. I do like the reduction in animal cruelty, but we'll see.
The rubbery didn't sell me. No, chicken, that was just for perception.
Look, man. You do not know the drawbacks to eating this. We do, actually. We do. We know exactly what it does. It causes different types of cancers and all kind of different sicknesses, man. Misbehaviors in children. Okay? That's what it does. So we know what it does. We just getting people real time experimented on. You know? You think the elites eat this type of shit? Hell no. Look at this shit. They gotta wear masks and all kind of shit to deal with this. And they got you. That's why you gotta be careful. That's why I say, man, you gotta take a break off meat sometime, dog. You don't have to be no full-fledged vegan, but take a couple weeks or months off that shit. And just let your body have a break, dog. Oh, well, you know, they got it on the vegetables and shit too. Yeah, they do. They got it on all this shit. All right? But goddamn, some lab-grown meat. They out here already probably serving that mixed chicken, the mixed shittle, the mixed chicken, and all the way at Taco Hell. Okay? You know they are. All right, this is Ecclesiastes 13:6. This is talking about Esau, Edom, the ones that's on top of the food chain in this kingdom. It says, Ecclesiastes 13:6 in the Apocrypha. It says, if he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smite upon thee and put thee in hope. It says he will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou? Yeah, because they want you to be a consumer, a returning customer. So they ask you what flavors you like and what textures and what shapes, and they find out all that type of stuff. And so they can continue, so you can get a repeat offender out of you. They can get you to keep coming back, buying that demonic product. It says, and he will shame thee by his meats until he has drawn thee dry twice or thrice. Right, because they'll dry you. They'll make sure they pat your pockets and get everything up out of you before you even find out something is dangerous. You be a regular consumer of it. It says, and at the feast he will laugh thee to scorn. Afterwards, when he seeth thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee. That's how those elites look at you. They look at you going in here and eating all of this. They see you lining up at Chick-fil-A. Recently they found the same thing that's in lip injections and different kind of facelifts and all that shit. The same chemicals is found in Chick-fil-A. All right, this supposed Christian company and all this bullshit. All right, it says, and he will shame thee. Oh, excuse me. Beware that thou be not deceived and brought down in thy jollity. Yeah, they be out there partying and bullshitting, eating that bullshit, you know, celebrating and shit. Yeah, it's a party. Got catered. Popeyes is catering the party and shit. And you eating all kind of trash, man. It says Ecclesiasticus 36 and 18. The belly devoureth all meats, yet is one meat better than another. You go overseas and you get you one of them cows or some of that Wagyu steak, the Japanese bread, right? Some of the best, marbliest steak on the planet. It's because their diets, they feed them good. Okay? Now that's real meat. It says, as the palate tastes diverse kinds of venison. Venison is deer, right? That's delicious to me. So doeth in heart of understanding false speeches. Yeah, they stand up there and they have all these, oh, it's organic. It's lab farm raised chicken eggs that you saw in that package and shit she had, that old girl had. Look, man, they got all these fair speeches. What are they? Also these commercials where they try to sell you all these different products and shit and try to make it seem like you actually buying something that's going to be beneficial for you and your family, and it's just destroying you. Okay? It says, my son, prove thy soul and thy life and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. When you found out McDonald's was serving some pink slime, you should have been and left that shit alone. When you found out they fries get left in a motherfucking car and you seen it firsthand and the motherfucker don't, it look the same it do from underneath the seat 5 or 6 months later, you need to leave that shit alone. Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats. Need to fast, dog. And that's myself included. Getting back into it, dog. You know, for excess meats bringing sickness, and surfeiting will turn into choler, which is disease. Okay? Or issue in your stomach and your bowels, man. Okay? All of that waste. So with that, man, hey, check that out. Get yourself together. Watch what you eat. All right? Watch what you drink, man. Because it's only getting worse, dog. Our bread is defiled amongst these demons, man. All right? Do your best. That's why you pray over your food. That's the very reason why you're supposed to pray over your food, because we are eating poison, man. With that, I pray you will edify. Until the next time, I bid you shalom.